Hi everyone, I'm Cendril and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Tactics. So, here we go. We're just going to take this as it comes. Now, for this fight, this fight coming up, you definitely need to keep a few things in mind. One, you're going to want some heavy hitters, just because of the nature of this fight. No more than that when we get there. I've re-equipped Ramza with the shield, so he has his mithril shield. I gave Squirrel a gun. I gave him that Ramada gun that we've had, since he can use it. And I put concentrate on Og, because he really doesn't need gain JP up anymore. And I put defend on Ramza, because he doesn't know anything else really good for that skill right now, and he definitely doesn't need the JP. So, I think that's about it. And once you exit out of the formation screen, that's it. You get thrown straight into battle. So be prepared. Capacity 5, 4 remaining. You get to bring a full squad here. So Ramza and 4 others. Now, try to keep your units spaced out as much as possible. It's kind of hard to do here, unfortunately. But just try to make do with what you can. It'd be nice if you had that extra 5th spot over here. That way you could spread out a little more. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I think we'll go with this team. Inside of Lionel Castle. Gafgarian is not as good as he says. Or was it bad luck? Anyhow, you're good. You have Bayouv blood in your veins, even if you are a bastard. But I don't need your interference anymore. Leave the stone here. If you resist, I'll show no mercy. Where's Princess Olivia? Why must you save her? You deserted the Bayous. What can you change by yourself? Don't waste energy. Without power, nothing can be achieved. You're powerless. Where's the princess? She's not here. She left for Zeltenia. She chose our help over yours. That's a lie! She's begun to think for herself. She felt unsure of you and chose us for obvious reasons to take the throne. Why don't you join us? You want to get the best of your brother's sales, right? We care about the world too. How about it? I don't want to change the world. I just can't allow people to suffer and die because of some elitist ideas. You tell him, Ramza. Change the world? You think anyone really can? I'm not that reckless. You're the one holding the stone. You can change not only the world, but the truth of everything with its power. Since you don't seem to understand, let me show you. There's his stone. What? Uh-oh. Ramza takes a step back. So you can change the world by turning into a fat-looking demon. Okay. Sure. Tated King Quelkillan. How about that? Surprised? Now, let me have my fun. Let me hear your screams and suffering death cries. Boss battle. Feet Quelkellen. Ready. And yes, he goes first. Oh, you punk. On the verge of death. Nightmare. Death sentence, sleep. Lame. That has a 100% chance to hit, by the way. Hence why I said spread out as much as you possibly can. Unfortunately, so he's probably going to get hit by it. So TK, you'll go 27th. Yes! This guy is no joke. Say hello to Quelkellen, the Impure King, as his class. You can't see his stats, so you're just gonna have to make do with knowing he has boss type stats. He has a couple of moves in his arsenal. This is one of the more nasty ones in my opinion, is Nightmare. It'll cause sleep or death sentence. I believe those are the only two status effects it causes, but as you see, it hits in a 2 radius. So 1, 2, you know. Hits that little X pattern or cross pattern. And has a 100% chance to hit. So unless you're immune to the status effect, you're getting hit. Which is a huge pain. It's why I like to bring 2 healers along, because he has this nasty habit of hitting one of them. Oh yeah, I had Og learn throw spear. So he can throw spear type weapons. Which is good, because the javelin has the same attack power as the fire, as the balls, and the spear actually has 1 more. Speaking of, take 56. Unfortunately, this guy is really fast too, which is no fun. Let's see. You can't cure sleep. Does heal cure sleep? No, darkness, silence, and poison. Can't even yell. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move forward. Yep, not within range. That's what I thought. He even outsped Og, so that gives you a good thing with speed. He's got 9 or 10 speed himself. Hopefully now having 10 speed, as Og should have, yeah, 10 speed, hopefully he can outspeed him. And you just can't look at his stats. So that's a pain. Excuse me. Let's see. Echo Grass, Phoenix Down. And nothing to cure sleep, unfortunately. I taught Squirrel Azuna, which does cure sleep. That way he just has 1 shot to cure. Yeah, it is 66. Sure, because nobody else is taking damage. And I'll move. We'll move here. Now, as always, you want to hit him with the best thing you've got. I don't even know if this will kill him, honestly. That's how much HP he has. But if you have a White Mage, and your White Mage knows Holy, like yours truly, I highly suggest hitting him. Sure, it's a gamble, because then your healer probably doesn't have any more MP. Hence why I said you probably want to bring 2 healers. But I'm going to try to wreck him with Holy. As you can see, this guy has a nasty status effect. Death Sentence. Oh, good hit. Good hit, Squirrel. Which means if you get hit with Death Sentence, Ramza is going down in 2 turns. Period. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't want him to get the bright idea. I'm actually going to wait. Holy! Ah, crud. Not quite enough. Swing and swing. There we go. I'm immortal. How can I be losing? It's impossible. I can't die until he resurrects. Ding. This battle is complete. Now, that is just one move he has. I believe he has 5 different moves. He has Bio, which does damage, inside a Zeltenia castle. Oh, look who we have. Oh, look, it's Gotana. We've heard a lot about him, but it's the first time we actually get to see him. So before I go on, I'm actually going to go over some of Quelkin's attacks. He knows, and if I forget me, he knows Bio, which is a non-elemental attack. Does a decent amount of damage, has a chance to poison, I believe. He knows Bio 2, which is far more dangerous. It does non-elemental damage, more damage than Bio. It also has a chance to poison and frog. I believe that's the one that has a chance to frog, which is just bad news. He also has a special ability called Death Cold, which acts as Bio 3. Now, there is no Bio 3. This is his own special ability, and it's called Death Cold. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. Had to answer the door. Let's see. Where was I? You have Death Cold, which is a 100% chance to slow. Very nasty effect. I think it has the same air effect as Nightmare. So that's truly vicious, because he's fast as it is. He also hits very hard if he gets a melee attack off. And he has, I think, one more ability. I forget what it's called, but it is don't act or don't move. It's one of those two. And it also has a 100% chance to hit. He can wreck you very fast if you let him. That's why I said you want to bring your heavy hitters and get him down as quickly as possible. Because once he starts stacking those status effects, it can go badly quick. So that's about all there is to that fight. Let's see. Threw one fireball at him for 50 something damage. Holy did 270. So he's got about 350 HP, probably somewhere around there. So plan for around there. You need to do probably close to 400 to get rid of him. So there you go. That's the first real big boss battle of the game, and you can be sure there will be more. And let's continue with the plot. It's you who saved Olivia. Delita. Black Sheep Knight under Baron Grimm's in Hyrule. I was sent by order of Baron Grimm's to save the princess. I've returned. Mission completed. Hyrule? Never heard of him. The Baron died in battle last month with the Romuku. The Black Sheep were entirely wiped out. That's why I returned. How's the princess? Sleeping soundly. She's exhausted from the long trip. This is Orlando. Heard you brought a prisoner. Yes, sir. Bring him. Why did you kidnap the princess? We framed Gotana to prevent him from Lalesia taking the regency. Who gave you the order? Prince Larg? One of Gotana's aides who wants to join Larg. Ridiculous! No aides would do that! Silence this lout! No need. Listen. Who is that? Talk now! Will you save my life? All right. I promise. Who is it? Him. Minister Gelwain. How dare you! It's a lie. I don't even know you. Who seduced you? The Queen? That's absurd. I don't know anything. Treason's a serious crime, Minister. Whoa, Delita. Oh, looks like Orlando has his hand on his sword as well. I said I don't know a thing. Let me say this. We must go to the capital with the Nantin now, or they may hold you responsible for this plot. First, let's remove Orinus and the Queen, then get the princess on the throne. Jeez. Gotana went to Lesla and confined Ruvella in Buthala for kidnapping the princess. And let the princess accede to the throne. Boy, everything is just going to the conspirators' plan, isn't it? But Larg insisted Orinus was the legitimate successor and had him accede to the throne. Then Larg became the regent as a guardian. Immediately after, Larg sent the Hokutin, led by Orinus, to Bethela to rescue the Queen. Meanwhile, Gotana sent the Nantin, led by Ovelia. And you have two clear, distinct sides now. This is the beginning of the upheaval, which would later be called the Lion War. You get a chance to save. The Lion War because, let's see, which one is the Black Lion and one is the White Lion? Larg and Gotana. I believe Larg is the black lion and Goltan is the white lion. Anyway, you can see that both of them want to be in charge. And then you have Delita behind the scenes pulling strings for a third party of the, quote, collaborators, unquote. Because their plan is going smoothly as well. Everything they talked about in that cutscene, the Cardinal, which we took care of, Vormov and Delita, when they had the princess in the cell. Everything they said has gone according to plan as well. Well, except for getting holied and hit by a ninja. Save here. And with that, Chapter 2 comes to a close. That fight was pretty short, so I think I'll keep this video going. Thela Garrison. $20,000 dead. Counting both sides, that makes 40,000. Well over 200,000 injured just in troops alone. So you can see the fighting has been very vicious. Oh look, it's Elmnor. Casualties aren't the only problem. Food stock is short, as we expected. The real problem's the drought. There's no food and tax revenues are reduced. Shortages at less than half. Lark's probably facing the same problem. Here crops were ruined before harvest due to rain. More serious are those made destitute by the war. According to Olan, more than 100,000 refugees have come to Leslau. Good. Lark will have problems getting food. Okay, I like to think of myself as a strategist, as you all may well know. But still, that's just not something. You don't want refugees. War, okay. If you're a military person, if you're now in war, things like that come up. But for the innocent people, you don't want them to be hurt. That's just me. This is no laughing matter. The same could happen here. Many refugees may come here. Should we start peace talks? I understand your concerns, but we cannot stop the war. We'll increase tax by 30%. Make sure no one trades grain at high prices. Also, keep an eye on all refugees entering Limberry. Larg is in difficulty too. It's not too late for a peace settlement. I like where your head's at, Orlando. Enough, Orlando! A peace settlement won't occur. Our nation exists because of the people. We exist because of them. 100% correct. Farmers suffered the most in the war. Raising taxes would hurt them even more. The soldiers are also suffering from lack of food. It's impossible to continue physically and mentally. I would listen to him. If you remember from way back in Chapter 1, we learned Orlando led the knights in the previous war. Mentally? Are you becoming a coward? Where do you get off, Gotana? In the last war, we served by keeping Ordalia out of our land. Are you saying there's no right in this battle? I think Orlando's onto something. There really is no right in this battle. You're both fighting for power. Not for defense or anything like that. You're fighting for power. Since when did you start talking about hypocrisy? You can't go easy on them. It's for the people. We can't allow a corrupt royal family to oppress the people any longer. We fight! He's right. Just a little longer before it's over. You think so? I never expected to hear that from the one they used to call T.G. Sid. Let me introduce Mr. T.G. Sid, Syphilis Orlando, aka Orlando, aka T.G. Sid, aka Thunder God Sid. As you tell from all of his fancy titles, he's good. A little longer. Where'd you get that idea? How can you be optimistic? Are you blind? Your words are harsh. Enough. Disappointed in you, Orlando. Any more harsh words may mean your life. Oh, I'd like to see anybody in this room try. Anyway, because he is loyal, he'll sit back. I won't say this again. If any more of you disagree with my plans, go now. Understand, Orlando? And with that, we get to Chapter 3, The Valiant. And then we get a little thinking from Ramza. Delita told me that there is a big tide and he goes against it. If this age of war is the, quote, big tide, unquote, like a fate we can't avoid, can I go against it? Now I had for Lesla to tell my brother Zalbog there's someone manipulating this war. That's Ramza's plan of action. Now, to get to Lesla, the Imperial capital, we'll have to go through Goland Coal City. You now have full access to the map again, because Lionel Castle connects here. And they start you off in Dorter Trade City. Now you should have some funds, and since it's a new chapter, it's a good idea to check the shops. So I think that's how I'll start the next episode. We'll skip around from shop to shop, and I'll show you what you can buy in them. As you can see, there is a lot of different shops to go to. Some of these will probably carry the same equipment, and you don't want to, unless you want to get into a lot of random battles, you probably don't want to travel too much. So I'll try to help you out in that regard by showing you what's in the shops. But like I said, we'll start that next time. So, until then, I'm Cendril 89. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.